corridors of your university, or you can have 4-5 years of experience and then think of starting. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for your question.
Thank you very much, Mr. Akhtar. I would now like to call upon Dr. Umar Saif, Chairman of the IDB, to say a few words and present Mr. Akhtar with a token of our appreciation.
Thank you so much for such a wonderful talk. So this is a different talk from the ones that we've had in the last, I guess, couple of weeks. We've had glamorous talks about instant hits, people starting their businesses and making it really big. And we deliberately went after Naseer because as soon as I joined the board, he came and pitched and told us about his business, and I wasn't aware how successful he's been over the years. We are always hear about the Rosies and the Constellation CKs and the Sufizars and the Game View Studios and so on, the instant glitzy hits. We very rarely hear about these organic growth companies that started out as small BPO outsourcing companies and have grown so big over time. And this is unfortunately or fortunately in Pakistan where the bulk of the business is. A lot of businesses start off Odesk or Elans with 3 people getting small projects and sort of grow over time. And it's true that none of these companies have been able to grow beyond a few hundred people, but I think that sort of is also some responsibility of the government. Someone try and now promote that and help these guys grow beyond a sort of a certain threshold. Naseer has been a fantastic example of success, and the model that he's figured out over time is very interesting. Most people, when confronted with a growth opportunity, would look to Western markets, would want to go to Europe or US to try and sort of sell their enterprise software solutions. He went the other route. He went to the Middle East and East Africa and the West Africa and so on and so forth. And there he started delivering these projects. But in these countries, there's always this issue of people not paying up, just as we have in Pakistan. But he had a assured revenue stream from the donors. He works very well with the World Bank, with the ADBs and so on. Recently, I was at the World Bank Annual Planning Summit, and at least 3 people in that one-day meeting mentioned his company. So that's how successful he's been. The annual planning meeting, and they all knew about Infotech and the great work in Ghana, and they wanted to replicate this in other places. So I think that also is a dimension that I think is mostly missing in the sort of local outsourcing space, where you don't really have to go look for customers. You could also go look for donor-funded large projects, which you might be able to deliver and get money off the donor, which is a very secure way to do business. Just to add to the anecdote that Naseer told about the government official helping him out in Syria, we were recently in Turkey, and as we know, some of you might have heard this, we're trying to put together a technology university in Punjab. And a planned ahead, we are working at full speed to try and somehow set up this university. The Chief Minister himself is personally interested, sort of messages me at least twice a week to find out the status update on that. So when we were in Turkey, we wanted to choose a partner university in Turkey. And there were several proposals, but I had known of Me2, the Middle East Technical University, which is their top school, because every year when I was at MIT, we used to get a bunch of students from Me2, and they were some of the best students that we got internationally. So I was aware of Me2 and sent the president email, who also happened to be from India at that time, and wanted to go meet with him. So we met with him, we convinced him that a partnership with a Pakistani university, a university is a good idea and all of that. And then I finally met with their ambassador, and he said, "Oh, you're wasting your time. How could a university of Me2's caliber be interested in talking to you little pesky Pakistanis?" And he told this to the CM's face and my face, and I'm glad that we already had the meeting with Me2, otherwise we would certainly never had that. So that was the level of support that we got from the local ambassador. I just hope I'm not being recorded anyway. But that's the level of support we got from the government, even though we were government. We were trying to do the right thing for the government, but that was unfortunately the level of support that we got. And it's unfortunate, and it's really sad that that's how well the government has performed over the years. The only way government can improve, and we say this a lot in the government's Punjab at least, that the government is not in the business of giving jobs. I've been in this job for 4 months now. and it's a senior civil servant position, so I can give people jobs. And I get about tens of furnishers a day. People wanting to get jobs either in my department or wanting me to put in a word for another department so they can get a job elsewhere. And we keep telling them that government cannot possibly give out all these jobs. So we just don't have these jobs. We are already overstaffed massively in almost all the departments. What we can do, however, is act as a catalyst to create jobs. And that's something that obviously government has never done. So the people keep coming to us with job applications. The right thing to address that is to somehow try and create jobs, which we haven't really done very successfully. So I think that barb, that blame, that flame towards the government is appropriate and reasonable. It's been pathetic of the government to do what they've done.
But that was just to tell the people that when they plan to be at their own.
but they don't need to be. So my bottom line was that they don't need to be. I think going forward, there are several things that the board is hopefully going to do. There is an incubator that we're setting up here on the 9th floor, where we will get small product-oriented startups. These are Silicon Valley style product-oriented startups. They will come in. We're getting a US partner to come in, help us screen the companies. They'll get a 1-year free of rent space here. Some of these teams will then go spend time in the Silicon Valley, in our partner's campus, to have access to the US markets. And I'm trying to make a reality TV show of that. So I'm trying to entice GOs and expresses and so on to try and make a apprentice style sort of reality TV show of that. But we can only do it to some scale. So I have a floor about 10,000 square feet, so we can probably incubate about 25 companies in a year, and hoping that one of these will be a home run, one of these would be a chakka, so it would be a great company coming out of Pakistan that would build a product that sort of could be a $100 million company. Likewise, I think we can certainly do a lot with the outsourcing BPO space. I just haven't been able to get time to sort of focus on this. But I think partnering with IIT, who I'm actually quite familiar with in Singapore, or opening up a channel where more of our companies can go and get a front office in Singapore and India is something that we can certainly work at, and I certainly become Naseer to help us do that.
Sure.
But thank you so much for coming over. It's always a pleasure getting speakers like Naseer to come in and share the experience from the trenches, from the guy who's slugging it out from within the ring, because that's the kind of company that we've grown over time. And I wish you all success.